Hello everyone. This is Ash, and welcome back to another episode of Arcane Engineering. So, this is kind of ironic after I said how much trouble I had with the last episode, but this is going to be another normal episode because I don't think kind of stuff that I want to do for this episode works too well on stream. But I will just get right out of the gate. I figured out why these soul steel weapons have so much durability. It's because you can throw them into soulfire and then they get repaired. So that was at 82 before, it's 91. And then you can pick it up again and it's fully charged. So, you don't really need mending. It takes a while, to recover the durability. I kind of wish there was like an enchant that said like, you know, soul recharge or something like that. But I'm not even sure I'm going to use these soul steel tools because I found out the if we look at the drill and the tinker, what's it called? Workbench, and then we look up also the dynamo. We can make sterling dynamos right now. We can make the Fluxbore, right? This isn't anything that we can't do. And we can also make the Tinker's Workbench. It's not too easy to make the Tinker's Workbench, but I mean, it's not too far away either. We have the rubber. This has been going on, you know, all of last stream and last video. So we can make that. But before I cut away to gather the stuff for it, I do want to say I dug, or I did a line in cobblestone all the way to our meteor over here. So yeah, we found the meteor over here. We are going to need to create hopefully the sturdy, what's it called? We want the train, right? Train. We want our train controls. Hopefully we can make a few of these tier 3 mechanisms fairly without too much hassle, because we do need to get out there to build our redstone infrastructure, if we don't want to like mine for all of it, and that's probably going to be one of the first things we need to do. And boating all the way over to here every time is a pain. But for today, what we're focusing on mainly is going to be getting our chapter 1 of the tech side sorted. So we can do all of this stuff right now with our currently available machines, and we can automate it fully. So this is, I think, I want to have it in this H section over here. I want to have it in here, and that's why I kind of started laying out like maybe having the tree farms on top of this bar. And I already actually bridged up there so we can go check out what it looks like. It's kind of ironic that we built that elevator just last episode and we are still using scaffolding to get up. It's like we need another elevator for up here. But you can see I bridged, or I dug up here we have a decent amount of space. It's not very flat, and I don't really want to mess up the you know, the terrain here too much. But I will be digging into it, and I just kind of laid out these stencils to get an idea. And we're probably going to do some like pods over the top of this for our Menril trees. I don't think we need it to go too fast. So we can probably stick to it like just a couple trees in our tree farm. And we want to handle all of these processes with as few machines as possible because it's really expensive to get this stuff now. Yeah. So we're gonna need, what, 3 deployers, a mixer for this process. We're gonna need a fan, or we're gonna need to use our fan for this process, and we're gonna need 3 saws for the cutting the wood down. So, but first, I am going to get the stuff for the drill, because that is a bit more useful for right now. Okay, I have my stuff, so let's see if we can make this now. So it should be like this for the drill. How did they make the drill? Okay, never mind, I'm not that prepared. Okay. Like that. We are going to need an extra iron, so let's just smelt that up the quick way real quick. Then, to make our gears, we need a gold gear, and then 2 tin gears. Then we also need 2 dynamos. And then, do we have our saw? Is it in here maybe? Okay, well, I thought I was prepared, but I am not. There it is, okay. So we want our machines. So we want these, right? So we can make 32 of these. Like that. And then we want to convert 8 of them into sealed. Then we can do our sealed and our regular, like so. And then we can convert this to a Stirling engine, and we can convert this to a Tinker's workbench, and then we can also make this Fluxbore. We just need to get our second iron, like that. And we can enchant this as well, I believe, and I believe the next enchantment is Fortune 3, which would work well. So how did these work again? It's been a while since I used one. Well, first of all, does it work well without power? Kind of. It's usable without power. Now, if we... I'm just going to put this here for now. And let's, I don't know, put some sticks in. So I don't think we can like upgrade this, and it charged pretty quickly. We can't augment it, I don't think. I haven't looked into the augments. But we can't make, I mean, I guess we could make hardened components if we really need it. But for right now, let's also check controls, keybinds. We want to see the mode. Not this. Mode cycle. Let's go page up and page down, or page up, page down. And what are those? Page. Let's get rid of these since I do not use those GEIs. So, page up. No, it is. That's not the right. Is it? How do you switch the mode? Well, either way, we can mine with it, right? And let me just figure out how to use the other modes. And like that. Okay, so I went ahead and made the hardened integral components and this radial enhancement. And I believe that is how you can change the mode. Now if I press V, 3x3 single block. So this should work if I go to somewhere I actually want to dig out. So let's go over up here. And yeah, we can do this. And the speed is a little bit slower than the Soul Steel, but the durability is higher, and it is also rechargeable in a much less dangerous way, because when I'm recharging the Soul Steel, I feel like I'd be worried all the time about accidentally, you know, leaving it in there for too long. Let's see, this too, yeah. So you can go ahead and mine this stuff out, like this. It looks like it lags a bit when that happens, but yeah, so I think this is where I'm going to put my first level 30 enchantment on this Fluxbore. And it also works as a shovel, so I can get rid of this shovel, I believe, right? Just double check. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. I don't know exactly what I'm doing in this area just yet, but I was thinking it'll be one of the stops on the way to get up there. So yeah, let's what was I doing? Let's go ahead and get ready to excavate the area for this stuff. Alright, and before I forget again, I have installed the dripstone lava that we got just last episode, and I've put it here in the just across from the enchanting. I mean, I made it look, you know, decent, but I don't know if it's permanent. It kind of clashes a bit, but I don't think it's that bad. But yeah, so it's just 5 dripstone, then we've got 5 pipes, and 1 pump that's powered by this water wheel back here. And it just goes into this 12 block tank. So what's that? 12 by 8 storage? Yeah, 96 buckets. And I just have this spout for output, so that I can, you know, refill my smeltery, and then switch that out. But yeah, you can see here, oh, you know, for the other, for the pickaxe, this is Fortune 3 right now. So maybe we'll use we'll still do this enchantment first, and this enchant ability must be different. Vein Miner 3, I don't know, is that the last level of Vein Miner? Vein... Really? Oh, it's Enchanted Book, and it's called Vein Mining. It's from... I don't remember which mod, but... Vein Mining. So yeah, 3 is the max. I feel like Fortune would be more useful for ores, and this can already get its size upgraded. So yeah, this is still probably our next upgrade, or our next enchant, or our first enchant. Okay, so while I was excavating an area, the durability is pretty good for this, but it's not that good, so I did go ahead and make a flux capacitor. These are pretty cheap, and they store 5 times the amount of a hardened Fluxbore. So yeah, I just crafted one of those, and they just go in my charm slot, and I think you can enchant them too, yeah, with holding. And it looks like they might also be able to be augmented, but this is enough space for me now. Okay, so I can't remember what the last clip was, but I have done some testing and created a kind of format for our Menril tree farm. Now, I didn't want to do a regular rotating tree farm for Menril. I wasn't sure if it would like really work well, and there are some peculiarities, I can't say that word, with how it works, that mean that you kind of have to build the farm in a specific way. So here is my concept. It doesn't have any of the sapling processing. It just has an input for the mineral saplings and an output for everything else. Now I wanted to get the deploying and the cutting on separate contraptions, because I was thinking that it would probably cause issues if they were the same. Like I didn't want like storage on one to like fill up and then not be able to transfer it to the other stuff. So what we have here is our sapling placer, which is, and I also wanted to minimize the amount of swords and deployers because we are struggling for stuff right now. So how this part works is we have a minecart with chest here, and we'll have, well, first of all, I guess, peculiarities about how Menril saplings grow. This will not grow, no matter what, until there is grass or dirt or some growable block on the corners, or on the orthogonally connected cells. Sorry, too much Sudoku. Orthogonally connected blocks. So then it instantly grows. However, interesting to note is that these can be covered by, I haven't checked stairs, but, or actually any block can cover these, I believe. So if I got, let's say, I don't know, some cobblestone, right? And I placed it around here, this will grow, and it just prevents the logs from growing, but there still needs to be this dirt where they would grow. So you can see here there are 9 spots for mineral saplings, I didn't want it placing Menril saplings on the edges, because that would not be able to grow, because I don't want to put dirt on these corners here. And also I didn't want them growing right next to each other, even though it would probably be fine. I felt like, I don't know, it might create some issues with cutting it down, and I'm pretty sure the saplings are pretty rare, so I wanted to spread them out a little bit. So you can see here, if we have these and we, how did I? It's because my middle click is bound wrong. 1 second. Controls key vines, middle, or it's key, middle mouse. Well, you know what, let's just go saplings, or Menril, and we can do it like that. Yeah, so now it works. Yeah, okay, for some reason it did not work a second ago, and that's what I wanted to do. And that's just holding middle click and dragging. So then the Menril saplings go in here, and then when this button is pressed, it will place, it triggers the buttons, which I didn't realize it would do, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter, the buttons are just here, because I wanted, mostly for aesthetics, I could have used any block that I wanted there, that wasn't actually, yeah, I could have used any block. Originally I had the buttons here because they don't have a hitbox, and I was using the piston before to push this, but now that I've switched it to a cart, that doesn't really matter. But regardless, now these can grow here, and if I were to grow them, you can see it just doesn't place the stuff in between. So then this will periodically be also pulsed, and you can see it will cut down those saplings, and then it will go over to here, it collects them in there, and then it drops them down here. So you can see from 3 saplings, it looks like it is actually possible to get the normal Menril saplings. I'm not sure if that's because of... Well, either way, we're not going to get enough normal saplings to sustain this. So we got 4 saplings worth of trees from those 3 trees, which is fine. So we're going to have to route this to processing for the saplings, and then put them over into here. And I think, and then because we're using minecart contraptions, we can very easily send the power, right? We don't need to use any rotational force here. We can just, you know, press a button or a redstone pulse, which can be triggered using redstone links if we need to, from like a control unit, and then it will do that. And I guess we should be careful not to put redstone right around here because of these buttons, but yeah. So that is our tree farm concept. I don't know for certain if this is going to produce Menril quick enough, but at the very least it should not break, right? And that's one of the things that I think you need to be a little worried about with the bearing tree farms. I feel like you can, you know, overproduce or underproduce some. It'll be hard to get the saplings back into the deployers, the actual usable saplings. So that's why I kind of wanted to divide. Right, so these are just controller rails. I gotta make sure I can actually craft controller rails, actually. Yep. Okay, so we are going to need to craft some spouts to be able to use these, but otherwise we can make it, right? So we'll just have to craft our first electron tubes, but it's just iron and redstone, and we have enough of that to make one batch of controller rails, because we only need 4. Yep. So we're also going to need, what is this? 4 andesite machines, and a decent amount of brass and iron. Brass is easy. Iron, we're going to have to process a bunch, but otherwise, yeah. This is going to be our tree farm, and once I have got the location for this properly, we will build it. I don't think we're going to use the schematic cannon. Am I? It's a lot of iron. I mean, we might use the schematic cannon. And I'll come back once I'm ready to place this into our world. Okay, before I go further, I just want to say I switched out the buttons just in case it was close and the clicking sound constantly happened. I switched it out for catwalks, and I also moved the rail back 1 block, or the start of the rail back 1 block, because it was preventing this row over here from growing into trees. But it still works, like so. Yep. So in order to make the remaining, or just the next set of, what's it called? The next set of kinetic mechanisms, I figured I'd do it. I set up this little manual setup, just so. Oh, what the hell? Is that not how you do it? Oh, they are rotated wrong. Like that? Nope. Like that. And now they are going. So this setup, just to make it easier to make the machines that I need for the tree farm. And like that we can get a decent few. So that makes my life a little easier. And we also are going to need that spout for the controlled rails, so we can do that like this, and make our sealed machine and combine that to get 2 spouts. Actually, before I go, weird thing I just noticed, these engineers toolkits are pickaxes, or at least they seem to be coded like them, because even though I can't mine with it, you can see it says there's a little green check mark that it's a pickaxe, and it can accept pickaxe enchantments. Weird. Okay, so I'm just using my 2 melters that we made in, I think, the first or second episode, and what we need to do is 1 redstone and 1 iron, and I've just can I not even open it? Okay. So we want a redstone here. I'm going to pour that into there. And then if we put... Is it 3 redstone that it can do? 1, 2, 3. Okay. And we aren't going to be making many of these like this. So now... I suppose I didn't actually need to put the second set here. We can just reuse this and put our iron in there and replace our spout. So now if we pour that there, I'm not sure how many this can do. 2. How many do you need for a what's it called? Electron tube. You need 45. I'm just going to put an iron nugget in there to use it up. And lava we have infinite of, so I don't really care about that fuel. Oh, okay, we needed 2 nuggets. My bad. Yeah, so after we get those, we're just going to want some control rails, which is pretty easy. We have the stuff for it. So we can do with 1 stick. Like that, and we don't need the other ones here. We really don't have a lot of room. We're gonna need a fixed storage soon too, but I'll be right back. Okay, so I have built up what we had in the creative world on top of here. I'll worry about supporting it and making sure it looks correct on top of this section of the base later. Right below here is where I was going to have the automation stuff. I can't remember if I showed excavating this out. But yeah, I've done that. So we only have 4 Menril saplings. So if we run this, and we'll do it with redstone later. But if we run this, we can see 4 are placed. And when these grow, we'll be able to hit that button over there and harvest them, and it will end up in this chest. Now, what I really need to do is put this on a clock, and then on like maybe like 5 seconds after this is pulsed, then the replanting cart needs to go as well. So that would be... so if we think about the kind of clock that we'll need to run this farm, probably maybe like 10 minutes, like a 10-minute clock. Now, I'm not sure if there are... So, you want probably a regular clock. I believe... Yeah, these guys are probably going to get annoying. But as long as we're not up here, they shouldn't try and pathfind over into the thing and clog up our chest here from jumping in front of the saws. So let me get up somewhere. Okay, well, we can get up from here. Oh, okay, well we could, but yeah, so basically this works fine. This chest is only ever going to have mineral saplings, and we will route those into here somehow, maybe from down here, and it'll go into a hopper here or something like that. We don't need to use any portable storage interfaces, although I don't think they're expensive. Yeah, we can, I mean, it's a little expensive for us, but not too expensive. But I figured, I mean, using just hoppers is easier. So, yeah, we'll probably use a fan with a chute that blows up our saplings there, and then this can go down, I suppose, into there, and then we'll do our processing along of our saplings, like going this way, and then at the end of that processing line, the finished saplings will go back up to here, or somewhere around here. Yeah. So then we also will need to split off the mineral chunks to be made into andesite alloy, so we'll also have our andesite maker up here, and we're going to need a bunch of fans because we're going to switch to the free fuel. And also, I'm debating, I saw resin is able to be got from arboreal extractors. Now it's gonna be, it would be much slower than just squeezing it. I don't think we need to worry about getting the most mineral resin. So like you could get technically half a bucket more if you use planks because of this recipe, but I don't think we're gonna worry about that. We can't really automate the squeezer, which is, or we can, but not easily just yet before here, and we can't get these anytime soon. So we are probably, we might set up a mineral resin setup to meet our andesite processing, which is undoubtedly going to be a lot faster. But yeah, so that should work out well, and I will come back after I've got a bit more plan to use this space and get chapter 1 on the way. Before we move on though, 2 of these trees did grow, and they grew pretty fast actually, so I am going to run our harvest. And just to check, do we get, yes, we got normal saplings as well. Okay, so it looks like we must have gotten lucky there, because I don't think these are nearly common enough to sustain the machine on its own. Oh, it's interesting. It must round robin which deployer gets picks up the saplings. Okay, so we got 5 of these. Do we have enough of these? No, we didn't get enough berries to rejuvenate all of them, or to make them all like full. But we didn't get, yeah, but we got a decent amount of shrubs. So yeah, so I'm going to set up the mineral shrub processing line in a second. Okay, so to filter out the drops, since we do not have the brass mechanisms, I don't believe. If I look at brass funnels, maybe we actually can. No, we can't. We need brass machines for brass funnels, and we don't have precision mechanisms yet. So we are going to be using drawers. We can get a free configuration tool here, which we can use to lock We also get a brass funnel, but I don't think that is too relevant since we are going to be using the drawers anyway. And let me get like a decent amount of that wood cooking, or I mean sawing, so that we can use it. And we are probably... Now, I don't think this pack has drawer trim. Yeah, if I look up the mod, it is functional storage. We can see... What is this? Linking tool. Links a drawer to a controller. Right. Yeah. Click a controller to set up the tool and then use it nearby drawers to link. So actually, do we not need to have them physically connected for the linking to work? We should try this. I believe I have paper here, so that was 5, and then we can use one of our diamonds. We're not using them for much else. And those, and then we need one drawer. Does it have to be this? No, it can be any drawer. So let's do that and grab our jungle wood over here. Now if we make our drawer and we put... No, we need to make 2 drawers. So I want to put this drawer here, and then I want to make this linking tool, and then we also need to create a drawer controller or a storage controller. Yes. So that requires 2 9 quartz, I believe. Like that, and then we need 3 redstone. 3 andesite should work, and also 3 of these. And we need to make this comparator. What, this one? Okay. So we have our comparator, and then our storage controller needs 2 more of these drawers. And I want these in my inventory. Storage drawer, and it needs stone. So I think andesite should work. Okay, so if we place this here, and then we use our linking tool, sneak right click in the air. So click on ender drawer to store its frequency. Do we even have ender drawers? I didn't see those. I'm not sure. Maybe it's disabled in this pack. Right click a controller to set up the tool, and then use it to connect nearby drawers. So if we go like this, and then like that, linking add. So now if I were to do this, no, how does this work? Linked drawer to the controller. Oh, yeah. So that works. So we don't actually need a physical connection, which will make, I mean, it seems very abusable, but it will make, and we can lock it with this, I believe. Configuration tool. We want to go locking, and then it locks it, and then we can do that. Nice. So cool to know. Yeah. And this is a pickaxe, and we don't know, we have this on 3x3. Let's change that. Okay, so we can use these pretty easily to help with our routing of items. Let's actually real quick check the range, right? So my first guess is 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We put this here, and then we put one of those in there, and let's get rid of that first. We put one there, and then we go, we want to go, nope, swap to single. So we want to add, so linked draw to controller. And that does work from that far away. Okay, let's go, I don't know, like over here. That's probably over 16 blocks away. And this is still linked to that, and if we linked draw to controller. Now, is that still... Okay, so that is too far. It's good to know. These also seem to hold their inventory. Well, okay. 8 blocks is enough for whatever we want to do. So, yeah, we can just set this up on the output for the chest on the Menril farm, and then we can put drawers around our automation to connect where we need each of the drops. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I both love these drawers and they are terrible for me. It's like spaghetti wire, but like you don't need any of the in-between. So basically we have our draw controller, and that's going to be our output for all of the mined mineral, right? And then that is going to go down to the shrubs will go to here, the berries will go to here, the logs will go to here, and the rejuvenated shrubs will go to there. And because the rejuvenated shrubs go there, or the complete shrub, or the complete saplings, I can also basically say that, like, they can just go into this controller extension and instantly teleport up there through the output of this basin. So, like, okay, so we need to power this encased fan, and then we just put a chute here, and that is like sorted, right? Oh, we still need to do the redstone, of course. And we also, I believe we need sticks. We need another drawer, and I'm just going to put it here and link that. And we're going to be doing sticks, and this is actually going to be a good test. Is that going to reach? So let's lock that. Yeah. So let's just go, I mean, so this links to the controller. Does that mean that if I click here, does it work? Okay, so that works, but I don't know if this extension is like extending the network. Okay, so one thing I want to do then, let's temporarily set the filter for this over here. Let's grab a ladder, because I've been going around here and it's kind of annoying. So, let's just check this doesn't connect. Yep, okay, good. If I put those there. I need to lock it. So I want to put that there, right? Now, if I were to place these into the controller, they do go there. Good. And now I also want to check if I put them in the... Oh, no, they did not go there. Where did they go? What? Did they get deleted? Oh, no. You know what? They probably went in and then they were trickled. Okay, yeah. So, if we get rid of that... Oh, actually, no. We need to do it again. Now, if we do this, and does it also work from here? Okay, it lit up green, so that probably means yes. So we check over here. Yep, alright. So, this is going to be terrible for my wiring, but it is going to make automation a lot better. And like easier for me to space things out for the sake of aesthetics. Yeah, okay. So I think first things first, we need to get rotational power. So I'm going to probably craft up some water wheels and hook them up down there. Alright, power is hooked up, and this, although this is rather a mess of cogs, and I'll probably clean it up to maybe make more sense in my own time, or I don't know, whenever. Maybe I'll leave it like that, but if we need like better processing, then I will change it around. For right now though, this seems fine. I don't think... Yeah, I think this will work faster than the tree farm can work. The only thing that's left to do is the redstone. You can see I've marked that, and we have 8 already. But right now we're still using buttons, and that is not going to cut it in the long term. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up probably a little control unit for the redstone right over here, and then I'm just going to have it so maybe every 10 minutes or so this gets pulsed, and then after 5 seconds that gets pulsed. Okay, so we really should not have made more electron tubes than I needed. I can make a clock now with the redstone I have, but we would need like at least an extra repeater in order to like probably a couple of repeaters in order to not have the pulse long enough that the minecarts will actually be able to get off the controller rail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hope these expetrified orbs, which are pretty easy to make after we get a crushing machine, a crushing wheel, still a while away. Hopefully these can get me to level 30. Ooh, it's a little short. Okay. I think I am going to go mining for some redstone and hope that levels me up just enough that we can actually do this. So I completely missed this last time that we went mining here, but there was redstone right under my entry point in this water here. So I'm probably going to need at least a block to stand on if I want to mine that. Let's do this. And we can mine this. Oh, and because I'm shifting. Well, that's fine. 7 should be... Oh, we wanted to get a level up as well. But yeah, so we can get this from here. Okay, we got it. We just needed to find a few of the expetrified ore, and they were not too rare, just around in this area. Yeah, I mean, there's another one here. Okay, I have not tested it yet, but this is my little redstone control unit. I only needed 2 redstone links because, I mean, I'm building it right next to this. There's no sense in using one. How this should work is, when I press this button, it will start the clock. So it's going to pulse or power this repeater. After 15 seconds, it will let out a pulse into this block, which will start this 10-minute timer, and then it'll also trigger this. Like after the 15 seconds, it will pulse that to be to shoot off, right? 10 ticks I think should be enough. Wooden buttons are 15 ticks, but I don't think we need the full time for that. I still have wooden buttons next to them in case of a need an override. But let me place this here, and we can test it out. So, sorry about the rain, it just started as soon as I hit record, or started recording. So, hopefully this should be less than 15 seconds. Yep. I could probably even shorten that to like 10 seconds. But you can see after a little bit, it'll pulse that, and then that will do its thing. Sorry, let me sleep. And our shrubs should have gone into here. 1 second. I'm thinking, actually, maybe I need to let it sit for longer, at least until we've got enough of them backed up. I just want to check. Did those properly go into the linked controller? No, they did not. Because I did not set a barrel for mineral chunks. So I'm probably going to do the mixing of the andesite alloy on this side, and we'll do that over there. So let me grab, I've got it up on the 4th block. Let's mirror this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put our chunks in there, and we want to lock and link that. So now that fills up, and this starts like so. And now after we have, you know, like 10, like, or just more than 9 saplings, then it doesn't really matter that this goes before this, it's finished processing and putting the saplings here. So, but like, yeah, so in 10 minutes, this will trigger and go. I am just going to, I think, trigger it now. But yeah, this should like fix itself and fill itself out without too much trouble. Let's have a look here. I didn't pick anything up. Yeah. And let's put our berries away as well. So we can see inside the network on the whaler, looks like all of those mineral berries have filtered into this hopper. That's fine. And we don't have any shrubs. So we must have only gotten 2 shrubs from that harvest. Unless they are already in here. Yeah. That's probably fine. I'm hoping that these aren't so close together that we don't get enough leaf output. I am probably just going to let this run for a while to make sure that it works. In the meanwhile, though, I'm going to move my andesite maker over to probably around here, and then we need to combine it with the mineral chunks and get our andesite here automated. Right, before I forget, let's enchant this pickaxe with Fortune 3, and it looks pretty good. And our next enchantment is Holding 4, which is pretty useful. I'm going to keep this away, and this is going to be the pickaxe we use for mining ores as long as I remember, and at least until we can get the fortune on our Fluxbore, which would be preferable, but yeah. Alright, so it looks like an absolute mess. But it works. So we are getting automatic andesite alloy, and we are also getting automatic mineral wood. And I haven't checked on this in a while, so let's just see if it's filled out. Looks like kind of, yes. I'm probably not running it. Actually, after this cycle, yeah, after this cycle, it will be filled out. Yeah, so this probably should be longer if I want it to fill out quicker. But there are 4 empty spots, and if this is going to go anytime soon, well, okay, it might be a little bit behind. It would be better to have everything growing in like one period, but it won't break. It shouldn't break unless we get super unlucky with the sapling drops. Then over here we are hoppering the crystallized mineral chunks. We're not producing extras, but the ones that do get produced are going into here and mixing with our andesite, and we are getting andesite alloy here. We are getting this much slower than anything else, but I mean, it should be good enough. I hope it doesn't overfill with andesite at any point. I probably built this a bit too far away. I had a different idea of how I was going to do it before then, and it looks like there is a cobblestone stuck in there. But it works. I don't know if this is going to be producing chunks fast enough. But regardless, right? I'll probably clean up how these look I mean, I suppose to explain what's going on, we have our cobble gen. The cobble gen is dropping directly into the millstone, and the millstone has a andesite funnel that goes into this lava stream, which is long enough that it cooks before it gets to the hopper. Yeah. And it does look like this is going to be producing too quickly, but I haven't done the math. But yeah, automatic of those two things, and then we can combine them. Probably somewhere over here we'll have like our wood chopping going here, and our andesite alloy combining with it. Right, we'll probably lift this up to have our machine that we have down there to just be along this edge. And the Menril, we can move this barrel pretty much anywhere and link it to anywhere in this room and link it. So yeah, I rambled on a bit, but that should be everything we're doing for this episode. So let's go to our trusty checklist. You didn't see, I didn't think I mentioned it, but I did dig out a pathway so that I don't have to go all the way around. We can go to our checklist. We have Menril Tree Farm complete, and we'll have these mechanisms with just a few machines in the next episode. Yeah, so I hope you all had a good time. Thanks, and goodbye.